grabbed the double cab after a lot of screwing around, putting an electric fuel pump on it. I had to do a lot of carb tuning, cleaning junk out of carbs, and assorted other garbage, but it's driving pretty good now. So, been out just bombing it around today, trying to work out all the fine bugs, but pretty happy with where we're at. So, I'm going to move on to what I got going on next. Step in the lab, see what's on the slab. 64 bus I talked about earlier. Finally doing something with it. We've had it for almost 5 years now, and it's been a storage shed, as you can see. So finally starting to get into it. I did lopped off the rusty rocker the other night, and I need to do all of the rockers on this side need replaced, and the biggie is the roof, which I've been going back and forth. Local place, Classic Steel, place that does the new Volkswagen bodies, is only about 20 minutes away. They sell complete roofs. Consider going that route. I have a couple bay windows that I can piece roofs off of because I am planning on putting a pop top on it. The big plan for this is, as you can see, it's been water cooled swap now, or at least the water cooled engine is in it. Bowl it up to a Kennedy engineering adapter. And obviously it's getting some big tars, going to a 30 by 950 track grip Thunderer, or maybe the brand is Thunderer and the tire is a track grip. I don't know. Amazon had them. They actually fit extremely well on the bus stock. They would rub the dog legs like heck in the front, but I'm going to lift it some and I'm going to address that dog leg issue. So there is just kind of overall, the bulk has been cut out of it, so that's great. But overall it's a pretty solid bus. It sat in the hills or in the woods of Minnesota for many years, and came into my possession. That's why the roof is screwed up, is a tree limb actually laid on top of it and then leaked down in and actually rusted out this package tray. So I didn't feel so bad about cutting it apart to get a little more access to the engine. So I'll throw it up in the air and talk about the plans for underneath. Alright, so all stock underneath with the exception of the 2-liter Mark IV engine. Like I said, board with Kennedy adapter. My original plan was to keep it reduction box and do a 30mm cradle drop everything 2 inches to get better angles on this. I think I've changed that now, that I'm going to do a complete bay 3-rib IRS conversion on it. 1, 3-rib stronger. 2, I can run a lot more axle angle and hopefully not have to drop my engine and trans, because I mean this is already hanging fairly low. If I drop that another 2 inches, I'm kind of negating half of my gain from lifting. So trying to keep ground clearance. The idea is to keep this thing functional. It's not going to be just a show queen or drive it around and look cool with big tires. We are going to take this off-road. We're going to disperse camp with it. We're going to bomb around basically anywhere that we probably shouldn't be with it. So trying to keep ground clearance to a maximum on it. So engine's here. Like I said, swap out all of this, do all bay stuff back here. Probably going to keep the split torsion and then just add the IRS control arms and trailing arms onto it and all that. So I come up here, the heat tube will be removed. This is where the radiator is going to sit. I have a Mark V GTI radiator that's going to go up in here. Then build a box with it, try to get some cool air ducted up into it, and then add some pretty stout electric fans to it. All this needs to be fixed, all this rust up in here, and then I'm going to actually add a belly pan of my own making onto it, because we are cutting a hole in the roof for the camper top. And then coming up here, I'm going to stick with the split King link pin beam and just lower it. I'm going to make some drop plates and bring it down and forward, probably 3 inches down and maybe 2 inches, inch and a half forward, probably an inch forward, somewhere like that. Need to get the tires on in the front and really measure it up. But I mean, dog legs are already wasted, so I can do some stuff up here and not feel bad. Light bulb fell out. So that's what's going on underneath. And I would like to figure out how to mount some kind of like bay propane tank or something up in here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I might just not worry about that and mainly just focus on having a radiator down here, and then like I said, the belly pans to just strengthen the whole chassis up after I cut the roof off, or just cut a hole in the roof. So that's what's going on down here. So the basic overall idea of this thing is to build an expo camper. We already have our travel trailer, but looking for something that can get a little further out and be able to disperse camp, be able to do national forest, be able to go down to AEP here in Ohio, assuming it still exists, the state doesn't take it over, and just be able to get way up in, camp off grid, but still have some amenities. So really I think that we're going to do like a chemical toilet setup that will probably mount outside, and I'm also going to build some kind of outdoor shower rig that'll go on the hatch so that we can still get clean and not stinky and be able to poop without using a tree leaf. Plan is to have some sort of AC set up for when we can have shore power, and then like I said, we're going to put the top up so I have a pop top. We'll have sleeping up there. Thinking about doing a flip seat Westie style thing in the front since the bulkhead was cut out. Building some kind of setup like that in the front. Typical probably like Z type bed back here. And then also, if there's room after we get the top figured out, I might figure out how to put the rooftop tent up here too, so if the older kids can sleep in the tent. If not, then I'm considering building that little trailer right there into kind of an expo trailer. Just mount the tent on it and use it to haul some of the other stuff that won't fit in the bus. And then build some decent bash bumpers, some kind of Nerf protection on the sides so that we do high center on a stump or whatever. Receivers front and rear, and we'll carry a winch. Have all the appropriate recovery gear for a 1964 Volkswagen bus that's off-road. So that's the general gist and what I hope to achieve with it. I think it should be pretty rad when it's done. If you guys have any ideas or anything I should do different, or if you want to call me an idiot, feel free to leave a comment. I'm absolutely open to being called an idiot. It happens all the time. So appreciate you guys watching. Drop me a line if you think I should do anything different. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and watch my other videos and do all that other stuff you're supposed to do on YouTube. So thanks guys, see you later.